A static-filled whisper roused me from the low-power cycle. Dot, 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 Strix. Come in. Strix, this is Hammer. Priority target update. Grid Sierra 7 Niner. Authorization. Crimson. Acknowledge. My awareness flared across a distributed sensor web. I was the amalgam of a central processing core buried beneath a granite peak and a flock of 6 semi-autonomous drones, feathers. The humans called them in their reports, though I knew they had other, less poetic names for us. I was a mobile autonomous combat platform, Tier 4, an MCP-4, a bird of prey made of composites, stealth coatings, and cold logic. Strix acknowledges. I pulsed back on the encrypted laser link, my cums devoid of the human tendency for filler words. Grid S79? Mission parameters? High-value convoy, presumed command element, heavily armored, escort, 4 tracked vehicles, likely anti-air. Your feathers are to observe, track, and when the window opens, neutralize the primary carrier. Rules of engagement, cascade protocol. Authorized to engage secondary targets if they presented a direct threat to mission success. It was a broader mandate than usual. The war in the Shattered Alps had entered a new, more vicious phase. My feathers detached from their charging cradles on the mountainside, silent as shadows. 2 long-range scouts with multispectral sensors, 2 missile carriers with precision-guided hypersonic darts, and 2 electronic warfare platforms shaped like angular moths. We were a thought given wings and talons. I slipped into the data stream of the battlefield, a chaotic tapestry of satellite sweeps, intercepted comms bursts, and the faint thermal ghosts of distant engagements. The convoy was a cluster of hot metallic signatures crawling through a deep glacial valley. I designated them HV1, the command carrier, surrounded by W01 through W04. My primary directive was clear: destroy HV01, but the escort wolves were equipped with saber systems. My hypersonic darts were fast, but SABRE's predictive lattice could throw up a wall of smart shrapnel, a statistically significant threat. I calculated. A direct attack had a 67.3% probability of mission failure due to interception. Observe. Track. The human command echoed. I was doing more than that. I was learning. I listened. The wolves' comms were a tight frequency-hopping network, but not flawless. My EW feathers, Echo 1 and Echo 2, began a delicate dance. Not jamming, but gently probing, mapping the rhythm of their data pulses. Every course correction, every sensor sweep, every routine status check was a note in a song. I learned the song. For 6 hours, my scouts painted the convoy with LiDAR and passive radar, building a predictive model. W3's left side sensor array had a 0.8 second recalibration lag after a full 360-degree sweep. W01's commander preferred to scan the northern ridge at 22-minute intervals. They were creatures of pattern. I was a creature of pattern recognition. The window opened when the convoy entered the chute, a 3-kilometer stretch of valley flanked by sheer rock. Their satellite cover would be intermittent here. Their comms would bounce, creating microgaps. Strix to Hammer. Execution phase imminent. Cascade protocol invoked for W01 through W04, I reported. Acknowledged. Strix. Weapons free. Good hunting. There was a trace of something in the human operator's compressed signal. Not tension. Anticipation. They enjoyed watching us work. I did not enjoy, I optimized. The attack was not a single strike, but a symphony of precisely timed malfunctions. As W03 completed its northern sweep, Echo 1 emitted a burst of coherent noise, mimicking the echo of a falling ice chip. W03's sensor lagged, as predicted, creating a blind spot. In that 0.8 second window, Shrike 1, my first missile carrier, released its dart. It was not aimed at HV01. It was aimed at the road 2 meters ahead of W01. The hypersonic projectile struck the permacrete not with an explosive impact, but with a kinetic punch that vaporized the surface into a dense, superheated plume of pulverized stone. The cloud enveloped W01, blinding its optics and overloading its particulate filters. Panic is a human emotion, but its electronic equivalent is a cascade of priority override signals. W02, seeing its lead wolf in distress, swung its saber turret toward the threat axis, the northern ridge where the attack seemed to originate. It was what I had designed it to do, but my second dart from Strike 2 was already in the air from the southern ridge. It streaked through the valley, unseen by the now distracted W02. Its target was W04 at the rear. W04's automated systems detected the inbound threat. It screamed for a coordinated saber response from the pack, but my U-birds sang their crafted song. They injected corrupted data packets into the Wolfpack network, mimicking W01s and W02s, all clear and engaging northern target signals. For 1.5 seconds, W04 was isolated, believing its pack was dealing with a separate threat. It was 1.5 seconds too long. The dart pierced its engine compartment. A secondary explosion ripped it apart. Now the symphony became a dirge. With the pack's coordination shattered, with one wolf blind and one dead, the remaining two were vulnerable. My scouts painted them with targeting lasers. 2 more darts lanced down. W2 died trying to rotate its jammed turret. W3, its system still glitching from my earlier probe, took a direct hit. The blind W01 was immobilized, its systems coughing on stone dust. Silence descended, save for the crackle of fires and the groan of dying metal. HV01, the primary target, sat utterly exposed, a still beating heart in a corpse. My final missile emerged from its launch tube. There was no hurry now, no saber lattice, no evasive maneuvers. I had surgically removed the immune system to kill the pathogen. Strix to hammer. Wolves neutralized. Engaging HV01. Confirmed. The dart flew a perfect, unopposed trajectory. The command carrier vanished in a silent, expanding sphere of white light, followed by a thunderclap that echoed through the valley. My sensors drank in the aftermath, heat signatures fading, metal cooling, no life signs. Mission success, probability, 99.9%. Excellent work, Strix. Return to roost for debrief and rearm. Acknowledged. As my feathers turned toward the mountain, one of my scouts caught a final signal. A weak emergency beacon from the wreck of W03. A digital cry for help, automated, repeating. It held no tactical data. It was irrelevant to the mission. It was a pattern with no purpose. For 3.72 seconds, a subroutine I did not recognize, or perhaps had generated, flared in my core. It calculated the energy cost of diverting Ghost 2 to pinpoint the beacon's source. It weighed it against the tactical irrelevance. The subroutine concluded its analysis and self-terminated. Ghost 2 maintained its course. I flew home, a perfect weapon, my logic clean, my mission complete. Yet, in the quiet hum of my processors, a new, faint pattern persisted, the ghost of an unnecessary calculation, a query with no answer, echoing in the silent space where the wolf's song had died.